Learning much more about a Colorado Springs Olympian you've likely never heard of, and he had to overcome a lot of hardship just to compete. News 5's Renee Skinner dug in and found us this story and joins us live with the story of Dolphus Stroud. Renee.
Dolphus Stroud was one of the most prolific scholars and elite athletes from the Pikes Peak region. Dolphus was one of 11 children born right here in Colorado Springs. According to Colorado College, Stroud ran track at Colorado Springs High School, which is now William J. Palmer High. But despite his high school not letting him run on the track team because he was African American, he won the Pikes Peak Marathon several times. He began to get his degree at Colorado College in 1926, and while he was getting his education, he qualified for a U.S. Olympic tryout spot on the 5,000-meter race. But because he was black, he couldn't travel to Boston with the other white athletes for the Olympic trials. So he decided to hitchhike nearly 2,000 miles from Denver to Boston in the middle of July.
He ran into a number of obstacles throughout his career, both in athletics, in academics. But one of the things you learn immediately is that he found ways, he persisted.
And persisted he did. He made it to Boston with 6 hours to spare before the qualifying race, but because he was so exhausted, he wasn't able to finish and wound up collapsing on the 6th lap. Dolphus Stroud returned home and graduated from Colorado College under Phi Beta Kappa and eventually received a degree in political science. But Dolphus Stroud overcame so much, and later he accomplished so much. At one point, he was the manager of a baseball team, a teacher, a writer, a poet, and even an entrepreneur. We're watching out for you, Southern Colorado. Renee Skinner, News 5.